Good morning, friends. We have been doing maths since a very long time. So now we have a change in the subject. We are moving to science. And in science, we are doing a chapter on biology, a subchapter, chapter number 13. Why do we fall ill? Yes. So this is a very small lesson, very simple lesson. But now, since it's the monsoon season and it's humid and water filled, there are chances of diseases. So we have to live a healthy life, and the corona pandemic has also gone on for a very long time. So I hope you already know what precautions we are taking, using a sanitizer, a face mask all the time, maintain social distancing, that is physical distancing, is very, very important. So there have been deaths around the world. It's been a pandemic. Schools have been closed down. Offices have been closed down. So everything was on a standstill. In such difficult times, it is very important that people at home remain happy. Yes, the work should go on regularly. Now, you people have been studying for a very long time online, but along with the studies, you have to balance your entertainment, your play, your relations with other people. If you cannot meet them, you can call up your friends, talk to them. So it is very necessary now that you be in contact with all the people and share your joys and sorrows with them. So before in school, the children used to meet your friends, you would meet your friends, have a good time. It's not been possible now, but if possible, then on social media, you can always keep in touch with your friends. So this lesson has been in the syllabus since many years, but now it is more than needed to understand this lesson. So let us now start with the lesson and understand what is illness, what is health. So first of all, we'll ask the question, what is health? Is health only biological, only physical? If you have got no sickness, can you say you are healthy? Yes. So what is the answer to this question? What is health? So the scientific answer is health is a proper state of function, proper functioning of body and mind. This is very, very important. Body and mind. Now I was going to start the lesson in the morning, but I am recording in the afternoon, and in came the bad news that Sushant Singh Rajput, I hope you know him, the actor who played in the movie MS Dhoni, he committed suicide. Now he was a Bollywood superstar and very famous, very physically fit, only 34 years of age. So why did he commit suicide? So physically he was very fine, but our mind, yes, our mind is something that nobody can go into, and it is also very important to keep our mind healthy. It is very, very important to keep our mind healthy. So we got the very sad news that he committed suicide. We do not know the reason. It was said it is depression. So we'll learn later what depression is. But health is the state of proper functioning of body and mind. Now we say if there is any malfunction, what does malfunctioning mean? Malfunctioning means not working properly. So if in your mobile, say the microphone is not working properly, we say it is malfunctioning. Yes? So if there is malfunctioning at the cellular level, and some cells in the body are not functioning properly, or the organs, say the stomach is not digesting properly, or the organ systems, that is blood is not being pumped properly. So when there is any malfunctioning at the cells, organs or organ system, then we are not considered healthy. Right? This is not healthy. Health means proper functioning of body and mind both. So when a body and mind both are working in the proper normal manner, then we can say that the person is healthy. Now, why does this occur? What? The malfunctioning occur. Why does this occur? So the reason may be some infections. Now it's rainy season, so usually we boil the water and drink, or we use some water purifier, because in the rainy season the water can be contaminated by microorganisms. So if there are some microorganisms, some pathogen like virus, bacteria, fungi enter the body, then it can cause some infection. Second thing is stress. What is stress? When the mind is overworking. What does overworking mean? I've got so much work to do. Your parents must be worried that the jobs are not on now. If we do not get full salary, how do we pay the fees? How do we, yes, bring the books? How will the children study? So all this overthinking leads to stress. So we all have to remember that the whole world is going through this condition. Yes, all are facing the same problem, and in some time this condition will pass. This will not stay on forever. This is a difficult time. You people are learning online, but very soon some research scientists will find a vaccine for corona, and then the world will return to normal again. But it may take some time. So during this time, we should not get into stress. We should not keep on overthinking. So along with your studies, you can go into painting if you like painting, or you can do a little bit of dancing or a little bit of music, depending upon whatever your choice is. Or you can watch some serials, some funny serials. Yes, funny this serials on TV. So this point is that not to take too much stress. Whatever problems come, they go. Some days are happiness, some days are sadness. So they come and they go, and this is how we live a life. So sometimes stress leads to overthinking. What does this overthinking do? The overthinking affects the mind. Now, why we talk about the mind again? The mind usually is what we think, but there is a physical organ called the brain. Yes, I should write here. The physical organ is called the brain. Now, other from learning and all the exercise that we do, the brain also has to do something else. It has to take care that all the organs of the body are working in the proper way. So the heart is beating, the lungs are doing the work, the kidney, all the organs are working properly is seen by the brain. Since the brain has got a lot of work to do, the brain also needs proper rest. So it is very important that we sleep early and rise early. That is our Indian tradition, right? So by 10 o'clock we should go to sleep, and before 5 or 6 o'clock we should be up. But this much time, minimum 8 hours of sleep is needed for the brain to have its rest. If the brain is strong enough, working properly, then it can maintain the body in a very good manner. So the infection can come through any microorganisms, dirty food or dirty water, through stress, that is overthinking, or any other agent. Yes, any other agent means somebody has cough or cold and you come in contact, then it can give you the infection also. It leads to a state of illness or health failure. So when the health is not normal, when the body cells, the body organs are not working normally, that condition is known as a disease. Yes? So normal can be a headache also, but that is not a disease. That can be called a disease, but it's a short time. It will go away in some time. And some disease can be quite a long time disease. So generally we are talking here, health is the state of proper functioning of body and mind. So for the body and the mind to function properly, you have to do exercise physically, yes, and even have rest, both physical and mental. So when you are doing some maths for a very long time, say you have taken 2 hours and done maths, and you feel a little restless, then you can do some dancing or some painting or some music or see some TV for a little while, say half an hour, to again refresh your mind. So a person cannot keep working the whole time, he needs entertainment also. So health is the proper functioning of body and mind. So now we define it completely. Health is a state of complete physical. I told you, physical means all the body organs are working in the proper manner. Mental, our mind is also at peace, also at rest. we stay quite happy, and we are, yes, at total peace. We are not overthinking, no stress, no depression, no anxiety. And even social well-being. Social well-being means what? Having good terms with your neighbors, with your family members, with relatives. So when we are in a complete physical, mental and social well-being, then we are very, very healthy. Now, why health is very important? If you are very healthy physically, I mean very healthy, in a state of good health, you can increase your working efficiency. When you have got nothing to worry about, you can study in your best manner. Yes. So when you wake up in the morning and you are quite fresh, very energetic, you can do your work very fast, and the rest of the day then you can do something else. So good health increases our working efficiency, and we can do our work in the best manner. It helps to cope up with social and mental pressures. Now, sometimes there are situations which are not under your control. Like you have come, say you will come in the board exam 10th standard and you wanted to work hard from the very first day, like the students of the 10th and the 12th, but the corona has come so they cannot go to school. So there are some social and mental pressures that every day there has to be internet connectivity so I can see the work the teacher has given. I want to complete my work on time. If you are well mentally healthy, then you will cope up with it. If one day you cannot see the lecture, then you will decide tomorrow I'm going to see both the lectures, I'm going to finish the work of both the days, and I will be with my, yes, classmates. So if you're healthy, you can cope up with social and mental pressures. If some work is left undone, then do not get nervous. Yes, if an exam or test is going to be taken, do not get nervous. You cope up. You know you have to give the test. You will prepare yourself very well for the test and give the yes. And even if you score less marks in the test, you will not worry, but you will learn from your mistakes so that in the exam you do much better. And the health also makes our life joyful. So physical, mental and social well-being means we are having good health, and good health increases our working efficiency, helps us to cope up with social and mental pressures, and makes our life joyful. So joyful life is the best thing. Yes, this is the definition of health. State of complete physical, I repeat, physical, all body wise, all organs, mental, peace of mind, and even having good terms with all our neighbors and relatives. Social well-being is healthy. Yes. So what is our health coming from this? There is something called community health. What does community health mean? Community health means the whole community is in a good state of mind. If people near you are remaining sad all the time, yes, they have got some worries in the house, some problems in the house, some fighting in the house, then they may spread that sadness to other people also. So to remain healthy, it is to be seen that the whole community should be healthy. So if one of the people has got some problems, they can always go and share it with somebody else, and sharing the problems help us to find a solution and to remove that problem, right? So in community health, we have got a social environment. So what is a social environment? It is a physical environment. Now physical environment is what? In which we live. So if there is a garden and the trees around, a very clean environment, good people living around you, at once you will feel very healthy. Early morning when you wake up and go for a walk or meet people and they are giving you a big smile, then your day will be very good. If early in the morning you see people angry, then your also mood is going to be upset. So social environment is what? The physical environment in which we live. Yes, so people around us make up our, and the physical environment is also, what does it include? The kind of area you live in, the amount of traffic passing by and so on. Next is public cleanliness. So this is the rainy season, water is there everywhere, muck is there, so all that has to be taken care of. Proper disposal of garbage and the gutter or drainage water to be cleaned up continuously. So public cleanliness is also very, very important. The garbage has to be clean. Now we have got a temple bell which comes to our house, so we can throw the garbage into the temple bell and we don't have to throw the garbage around. This community issues people have to be taught. Yes, people should be educated that all the garbage should be dumped only in the temple bell, and drainage water the municipality has to see that the gutters are not open and all the rainwater has drained away completely. Then there is good economic conditions and jobs. Good economic conditions in job means when a person has a good job, then he earns good enough money. And why does he need good money? To live a good life, get proper food and medicine. The person who is earning, yes, he has a good life. He can buy whatever he needs to buy. He can get proper food. So if he's working, he's got a good job, in the good economic conditions will lead to a good life. How? He will get a good salary, he will buy what is needed. He may not go for extravagant or luxurious things, but he will buy એટલે જે જરૂરિયાતની વસ્તુ છે એ બધી લેવા માટે પૈસા હોવા જોઈએ. Now the condition is something difficult. Yes, in corona what has happened? શું થયું છે? Because of this pandemic, many people have lost their jobs. Many people are not paid the proper salary. But this is only for a temporary being. So we should not keep grudges. કાંઈ મનમાં વિચારવું નહીં. We have to only think how do we, yes, this 5-6 months, આજે 5-6 મહિના છે, how do we survive this 5-6 months? So help people. Yes, you see around you, if people need help, then you can help them. You can also ask for help from others and see that you survive and keep yourself healthy. So just now the conditions are very difficult, but for community health, economic conditions and jobs are very important. And last is social equality and harmony. Social equality means what? We should maintain good relations with the people living in our society. Yes? So we are living in a secular country. India is a secular country, so we've got Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, Jains all living near each other. True? And also in Hindus and Muslims, and we have got subcaste, but all the people live together in a society. So the community health is to remain happy and maintain good relations with everyone. So I'm telling you again, repeating you, this lesson is very important in the fact that just now because of corona, people are not able to move outside freely, but you can meet people by following the proper guidelines. Always have a mask on your face, always sanitize your hands when you touch anything, and always maintain the social distancing. So life has to be normal, only the proper norms have to be followed. If somebody has traveled from outside, then the person should stay in quarantine, self-quarantine for 15 days. Yes? So these rules have to be obeyed. When you want to travel somewhere in an emergency, you get the necessary certificates from the doctor and only then you travel. So understand clearly what health is. Health is community health. One person cannot remain healthy by himself. To remain healthy, he has to see that everyone remains healthy. So the government is constantly giving us guidelines. The guidelines we should follow properly for the whole community, for the whole state, for the whole district and the whole city to remain healthy. Now, see the difference between healthy. What is a healthy person and what is disease free? When you don't have a disease, you are disease free. But what does healthy mean? Healthy means, I told you, complete physical, mental and social well-being. And disease free means what? An absence of discomfort. Yes, our body is working normally, means we don't have disease. But if our body, mind and our social relations are well, we are healthy. Now health depends on the individual. Yes, the healthy person health depends on the individual, as well as there are other factors also. We done na? Public hygiene, good job. So there are other factors also for the health. But disease is only related to the individual when his body is working fine. A healthy person who is mentally, physically, everywhere fit is disease free. Now this is very important. Why is a healthy person disease free? Because he has got no worries, or he knows how to keep his mind in a proper condition. His immune system is very strong. Now very important now in this country, in this situation, is the immune system. Monsoon season, there are diseases, there are coronavirus, and we are many are asymptomatic. So to fight all the diseases, our immune system should be good. So what is the immune system? The system in the body which fights the diseases is called an immune system. So our immune system has to remain strong. For the immune system to remain strong, we should have healthy food, drink healthy water. Yes, sorry, we should have healthy food, drink pure water, have proper oxygen, like not polluted air, good air. And the fourth thing is what? Important. Yes, I told you. What is important for good health, for a good immune system? For good immune system, we should have proper food, pure drinking water, good air, and the fourth thing is good sleep also. Proper rest. Your body's immunity system will be boosted when the mind is working in a proper condition, so the body needs proper rest also. Now, a disease free person, a person who is disease free, does not have disease, may be unhappy, or it is happy or unhappy due to some reasons we don't know. He doesn't have any disease, but sometimes the person can be unhappy. A healthy person is energetic, always ready to do all the work. A disease free person, though he doesn't have disease, may be lacking the energy or motivation to do work. Wake up early in the morning, is not sick, no headache, nothing, but still, આજે મારે કામ નથી કરવું. Today I will not do any work. આજે મારે આરામ કરવું છે. હું આ પછી કરી નાખીશ. I will do it later. So that is what a disease free person can do. A healthy person કે હાલો આપણે કરી જ નાખીએ કામ. મારું એક કામ પૂરું થાય. So the energetic person, a healthy person is energetic to finish all his work. Now we go to disease and its causes. So we saw a healthy person. Now what causes disease? A disease is a condition that disturbs the normal functioning. A normal functioning. What is normal functioning? Any organism will have its sleep, will wake up, will have its food, will do its work. Yes, excretion and all the systems are working properly, then the body has got no disease. But a condition disturbs the normal functioning. આજે માથું દુખે છે. Today my stomach is paining. મને અહીંયા knees માં દુખે છે. So that functioning is not normal. When it is not working normally, it is referred to as disease. Now the disease will have some symptoms. What are the symptoms? Indications that we feel as being wrong or unusual. So when we have cold, so what is the situation? The nose is constantly running. નાકમાંથી પાણી ઉતર્યા રાખે. So we have got a cold. So that cold is not normal. It is unusual. Sometimes the head is paining, there is a headache. It is unusual. Sometimes there is a stomach ache, loose motions, vomiting. So all these situations are unusual, not normal. So this symptom tells us that we are unwell. Okay? Unwell. But it cannot tell you what the disease is. So sometimes there are symptoms, okay? And there is also normal functioning. So what is the normal function of living organism? Sometimes there is faster breathing, feeling tired, feeling angry all the time. This is not a sign of good health. So we were talking about signs of a disease. Signs of a disease are what? They give a more definite indication or presence of a particular disease. So when you have got disease like say tuberculosis, then there is a constant coughing. So that is the sign giving indication of a particular disease. And symptoms is cold, headache, stomachache, loose motions. Sometimes there is faster breathing, feeling tired, feeling angry all the time. So that is also not a sign of good health. Now when a person has got a headache, it may mean just stress or lack of sleep. So if you take the proper medication, the headache will go away. But sometimes the headache may be because of meningitis, and that is a very critical disease. So disease have got symptoms and signs. Now we have got acute and chronic diseases. Acute diseases last only for a short time, and they cause no long-term harmful. Very short time means what? If you take proper medication, then it is cured. For example, common cold, cough, stomachache, headache, yes, or there is some body ache, then you take the proper medicine and you become well after some time. So that is an acute disease. A chronic disease lasts for a long time. Sometimes it may even be there the whole life, and it causes drastic changes in the individual. For example, cancer. When a person has cancer, the body becomes weaker and weaker and weaker over a very, very long time. Yes. So acute diseases are short time and they do not affect the general health. But chronic diseases are long time and can cause serious distress. So a person having cancer will go on following weak, and after sometimes his mental condition also. He will start feeling that there is no cure, he will die very soon, which also creates a lot of sadness in the person. So some people have a positive outlook to life, but some people get very negative when they come to know that they are sick. So what is health? Sometimes the body may fall sick, but we have to take proper care. We have to keep our mind in a positive frame and try to get well as soon as possible. We have to follow all the instructions that the doctor tells us to follow. Now the cause of diseases. There are some immediate causes. What is the immediate cause? It is called real or primary cause. So when you have eaten some food, infected food like pani puri, so there's bacteria or there's virus, fungi or some protozoa. Yes. So dirty water, some drinking water, you drank some water somewhere which was not cleaned properly or not pure. You have eaten some food. Then we can have a pathogen enter the body. Pathogen is a organism, and then the pathogen will give you an immediate cause like loose motion, vomiting and all. That is an immediate cause. And contributor causes are the intrinsic or internal factors. These factors do not lead to the disease. This will not give you any disease, but they will cause the disease. For example, malnutrition. What is malnutrition? When the body does not get proper food, when the body is not healthy. When the body is not healthy, it can catch disease very easily. So malnutrition is not a disease. Malnutrition is lack of proper food, but it is not a disease. It is the second level cause of disease. Second level cause. How does it happen? When you don't eat proper food. If you eat only junk food, say pizza and pani puri and bhed, and not vegetables, dal and rice and chapatis, you don't eat the proper food or you are malnutrited, then the body's immune system goes low. So the body is not healthy. In this state, a body can catch the disease very easily. So it is not a direct cause, but a second cause. Sometimes there is genetic disorder. Genetic disorder is from your parents. In the DNA itself it is. So in the later years you may catch a disease. You may not catch a disease actually, but it may lead to some disease later on. So that is not a direct, that is a genetic disorder. And third is poor conditions. You are living in an unhygienic environment, garbage and dirty water around, mosquitoes around, so they can also give rise to some disease. So these three cases are contributory. They are not cause of the disease, but they are conditions that can lead to diseases. Yes, so these are the cause of diseases. And the last topic for the day are infectious and non-infectious diseases. So there are immediate cause. You've got two: infectious. So infectious disease can spread from person to person. For example, cold. If some person having cold sneezes in front of you, okay, then that germs in the air that can you can also catch and get a cold. So such defects is infectious. Say corona. Yes, COVID-19. The virus are spread in droplets. If you touch some contaminated surface and wipe your nose or your mouth with that hand, you may catch the disease. That is why the social distancing, that is why the mask, and that is why the sanitizing of the hands the whole time. So those diseases which can be spread from person to person are infectious disease. Non-infectious disease do not spread from person to person. If a person has got high blood pressure or obesity or cholesterol, arthritis or diabetes, then that is not spread from person to person. That is only happens in one single person and it's not spread. So that is called a non-infectious disease. So this is the lesson we have done for the day. Okay, I have give you explanation. You can listen to the audio one more time or go through the video one more time. But again I repeat, the times are very difficult, so remain mentally healthy. Do your work regularly. Okay, also do your hobbies. When you have to study, you have to study. And when you have to play, you have to play, but you cannot play outside. So do not stick to computer, this mobile games the whole time. Do a little drawing, do a little, listen to a little music, do a little bit of dancing. Whatever hobbies you have, follow your hobbies and keep mentally healthy. Okay, I repeat, keep mentally healthy. So I hope that you will make use of this lesson, a very easy lesson. We will do the question answers later, but all the definitions I have put here. So go through the definition one more time, and you are studying online, that is very good. Again, I repeat, but also do other activities, other hobbies, and keep yourself and your parents, your family mentally and physically fit. Okay, thank you.